Testing. Okay. Hmm. Hello. Um, this is now the fourth week. I believe I already posted the fourth week. Hmm. Okay. So last week's lecture was more of a review on the first and second week postings. Although I did post a video lecture for the first week, but I did not discuss thoroughly on the first week about the ideas of classical conditioning and operant conditioning, the ideas of motivation for consumers so that they will be motivated or they will be intrigued or they will become excited to buy your products. Um, so we discussed that last week, and I hope you did quiz one. So now there's quiz two or activity two, which falls under the third week of lecture. And since we did a review of the first 2 weeks last week, so what I'm going to do is that we're going to combine the third week and the fourth week lecture tonight. Okay? So, let me go back. Um, there is a lecture three that's the recap of the first and second weeks, which I posted. Then we will discuss motivation, personality, and emotions tonight, and we will also discuss attitudes and persuasion in marketing. Now, there are readings. I hope you read them in advance, but if you did not, that's okay. Whenever you have the time, you read them. They can be very helpful for your essays during the midterm. Okay, so let's proceed. So the third week was all about motivation, personality, and emotion in consumer behavior. That means we are supposed to talk about what motivates, what pushes people to buy. Um, Also, to understand the personality of the buyers, like what are they like, and their emotions. Why? You must be wondering, why are there emotions involved? Of course there are emotions involved because that is where you will get people to relate to your product. The best way to motivate your consumers to buy your product is to make your product relatable to them, right? In the same way you are voting for your president. You do not vote or choose a leader or a president that you cannot relate to, correct? It's the same way when you buy products. So I guess I don't think the girls will buy condoms because they couldn't relate to it. How about the boys? Do you buy those products secretly? But the girls, they love to buy makeup, right? Ladies, why? Because they can relate to it. Do I see boys buying makeup? Nowadays, I see a lot of men buying makeup. Because, I mean, before, probably men were not able to relate with makeup. But these days, a lot of men can relate to the use of makeup. Because it's not just women who wants to look good, men also wants to look good. Hi, Cheng. Do you use makeup? Never. But you use like skincare, like facial cream, moisturizer, toner, and everything. Really? With that skin? You just you are very lucky. You won the genetic lottery because he just washes his face with water and soap, and that's it. So no toner, no moisturizer, no cream, no night cream, no sunblock. Wow, and you have a very amazing skin. Well, who does make who? I only have four boys in the class. Anybody of you uses skincare? You use skincare products? Yes. Do you use skincare products? Yes. No? I kind of find it like unfair because I use a lot of skincare products and look at my skin, it's still like this. Well, some people are really born. So okay, so see that is why. Okay, why would Hai Cheng not buy makeup and other skincare products? Because he couldn't relate to it. He just washes his face with water and soap, and then his skin glows like that. So one of the best way of um, enticing your customers to buy your product is to get through their emotions. And for you to get through their emotions is for you to understand their personality so that they can relate to your product. And if they do, they will buy your product. Okay. Hi, Joseph. Okay. Motivation, let's discuss them one by one because we have motivation, then we have personality, and we have emotion. So, motivation first. It is the driving force behind the consumer behavior. Okay. You need to understand the motivation. Motivation refers to the forces that drives us to act. Okay? It's the internal energy that propels us toward fulfilling our needs and desires. In the context of consumer behavior, motivation explains why we choose to buy certain products, engage in specific activities, or adopt particular lifestyles. Okay? Remember when we talked about last week on the process of consuming? What was the first step or what was the first process in consumer behavior? The consumer needs to identify the what? That was just last week. Come on. The consumer needs to identify the G1? Not the product. What will you identify for you to be motivated to buy? The consumer needs to identify the need. Because you don't buy things if you don't feel or you don't think that you need them, right? Correct? Would you buy a cell phone if you think that it's not important to you? Would you buy a jacket if you think that it's not useful to you? So the first step of consumer behavior is for the consumer or the customer to identify the need, the importance of a product, the use of a product, the purpose of a product. That's your motivation. Because that will drive you to act or to buy it. Okay? Now there are different types of motivation, okay, in the theories of in Maslow and in the theories of Herzberg's. So you know Maslow's hierarchy of theory, right? I mean theory of hierarchy. You still remember Maslow's theory of hierarchy? Yes? What's the base? According to Maslow, your motivation is it looks like a pyramid or a triangle. The base carries the most weight, which means the base is are the most important things that you need in life. So what are the base? What products belong to the base? Food and shelter and security, right? So food, water, shelter, security. What about the second part of the triangle or the pyramid? Hmm? Clothes. Okay, clothes belong there. What else? Car. It belongs there. What else? Hmm? Quality of life? Not really. So again, you have basic needs for survival. That's your ground portion of your pyramid. So what are the basic needs to survive? Of course, there's food, air, and water, right? So the second portion, that is your second need, the second most important thing. And what does home, clothes, car, what do they do to you? They give you protection or security. Okay. So that's the second. The third, hmm? Phone? I never recall. But that's when at the time when Maslow created his theory, cell phones that did not exist yet. So probably Maslow did not even think of the cell phones when he created this theory of the hierarchy of needs. So what is the third level, or what is the third need, the third priority? So you have the basic needs for survival as the first priority. You have security as your second priority. Your third priority is what? Hmm? As a human being, what are we? We are, as a human being, we are social beings, right? We cannot live by ourselves. No man can live alone. If you live in an island alone, I think you will only survive for 30 days. Beyond that, you will start hallucinating. You will start having mental problems. Why? Because man needs to connect. Because we are social beings. We are not um, loners. Even the most, uh, I would say, the most private person, the most, what do you call that? What do you call that person when that who wants to be alone most of the time? Hmm? What do you call those people who wants to be alone most of the time? So you have the extrovert and you have the introvert. So even the most introvert person, they still need to connect because everybody needs to feel the third, the sense of belongingness, right? You want to belong. You want to be part of a group. You want to be part of a family. You want to be acknowledged. You want to be considered as one of them. Okay? That's why people usually buy clothes not because they like it, not because they're comfortable with it, but they buy clothes because these clothes do not just protect them from the cold weather, but these clothes also gives them a sense of belongingness to a group or a community or a society, right? During winter, you buy jackets. The purpose of the jackets, the purpose of the coats are to keep you warm, correct? So that's the second need. Se- the need of security, the need of protection. But you can ask yourselves, why do people buy $20,000 jackets from Chanel? Why do people buy $16,000 coat from Gucci? Does the $30 jacket from Goodwill's shop give you the same warmth with a $16,000 coat that you buy from Gucci? Huh? Is it warmer to wear Gucci? Or is it warmer to wear the $30 coat from Goodwill? Or from Ross? Ross. Okay. Who knows Ross? Okay. A lot of us know Ross. We want to shop at Ross. There's $20, $25 jackets in Ross. So if you wear the $20 jackets in Ross, do they keep you warm? But if you wear the $16,000 coat from Gucci, is it warmer? No. Yes? No? It's the same, right? But why do people still buy the $16,000 coat from Gucci? So that is now the third need, according to Abraham Maslow. The need of belongingness, the need for the sense of being acknowledged, the need for the sense of being recognized. Okay? Because if you wear a $20 coat from Ross, if you walk, people will just say, but if you wear a $16,000 coat from Gucci, the moment you pass by, people will look at you and you can feel that they recognize you. Sometimes they will say, I love your coat. When people tell you, I love your shirt, or I love your bag, or I love your shoes, do you feel bad? You feel good, right? And it makes you feel, and you think it's, and you believe it's a need. And that's what Abraham Maslow said. That's a motivation. People buy things maybe no longer for their purpose, but for the feeling of being recognized. Because the feeling of being recognized, the feeling of to belong, is actually a need. Now, what's the fourth level? So you have the basic needs for survival, the motivation for security, the motivation for recognition and belongingness in a society or community. Now, what is the fourth, according to Abraham Maslow? Hmm? The ego, yes, or what we call pride, our self pride, self determination. And the self, and you know why pride? A lot of people will say, especially in many religious cultures, pride is a big sin. Because of pride, countries go to war. Because of pride, people kill people. But pride is also a human need. Why? Because without pride, you cannot identify yourself. What kind of a person are you? Who are you? Okay? That's why people go to school. How many people, if we're going to conduct a survey, I know some of you are in the probability and statistics class. Who are in the probability and statistics class? 1, 2, just 2? 3? Now, if you're in the probability and statistics class of Professor Quanish, you must have already discussed about the descriptive statistics and the inferential statistics, okay? So descriptive statistics, let's go to descriptive statistics. If you are going to ask a question to all the students of Western Covenant University, oh no, not Western Covenant University, let's just change. Because I know if you're going to ask the students of Western Covenant University, why are you studying? They will give you an answer, because I need to maintain my visa status. Okay, let's just go and ask the students at UCLA. If you're going to ask or conduct a survey of the students at UCLA, why do they study? And why do they study at UCLA? Do you think majority of them will answer because they want to learn? Oh, I want to go to UCLA because I want to learn. I want to learn a lot. Do you think that will be the hypothetical answer? What do you think will be the common answer? What will be our hypothesis? The common answer of UCLA students, why do they study and why do they go to UCLA? What do you think it would be? Yes, to get better job after they graduate. Because that is their pride. They have, like I consider myself as smart. I consider myself as rich because I was able to afford UCLA, or I was able to get admitted at UCLA. I passed all my courses at UCLA, and I graduated at UCLA. UCLA is number 25 best university in the whole world. So that means I identify myself as one of the upper 25% smart people in the world. People don't go to Harvard or Stanford just because they want to learn. People go to Harvard and Stanford for the pride. Why do your parents want you to study to go to the I mean, your parents do not want, if you ask your parents, mom and dad, why would you want me to go to Harvard? Why would you want me to go and study in SNU? I don't think your parents will say, oh, because we want you to learn a lot. Your parents want you to go to SNU. Why? Because it's their pride. That they can tell their parents, they can tell their friends, oh, my son, he goes to SNU. Oh, my daughter, she goes to SNU. Why do your parents want you to become doctors? It's not because your parents want you to become doctors to help people who are sick. They want you to become doctors so that they can tell their friends, my son is a doctor. My daughter is a doctor, right? So the fourth need is the need of ego or pride. And what is the fifth need? The last need in Maslow's hierarchy of. Oh, by the way, for those who do not understand, SNU is called Seoul National University. Like it's the number one university in South Korea. Just like in China, it's what? Haicheng, Peking? Peking University is number one now. In Japan, it's Todai. Todai, or is it now Kyodai? The same. The same, right? Todai and Kyodai the same. Um, who else? In Turkey, that's which university is the best? Hmm? Oh yeah, you get foreign professors. That's the only Turkish university where 60% of the professors are not Turkish. 60% of their professors are like foreigners from the UK, like usually from Oxford and from Cambridge. I know Brazil is Brasilia. Is it Brasilia? Capital city. So what university is that in Brasilia? That they have a. Oh yes, but that's a law university. They're very popular when it comes to law and political science. So yes. So now you have Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you will now know what are the possible reasons why customers will buy your product. Okay? What is the last need after ego and after ego and pride? The last one is huh? Self-esteem, or what we call, you check Google, I know that. It's called self-esteem or self-actualization. Okay? So this is the last need. Why do Maslow think it's the last need? Because it's the need of people when they usually reach the age of 60 or 65, and this is the need where you are like, I don't care. I don't want to be bothered. This is what you call the need. This need is called peace of mind. You notice when your father becomes 60 or 65 years old, your mother keeps on blah, 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 and your father is just quiet. He doesn't want to fight anymore. He doesn't want to argue anymore. Because at that age, they have reached the age of the need to have peace of mind. You wonder Why you are when you are younger, you want to be in the city. You want to live closer to work. You want to live closer to the restaurants. You want to live closer to the discos, the bars, the shops. But once you reach the age of 65 or 70, you want to live on the hills, or you want to live near to the beach. You want to live where there are lesser people. You don't want traffic anymore. You don't want stress. You want to live in the province, right? Because that is the last need, according to Abraham Maslow. The need for self actualization, the need to realize that, oh, I have achieved what I need to achieve. I am successful. I am satisfied with my life. That's it. I lived a good life. When I was working as a caregiver back then, when in college, I used to work as a caregiver. I have a patient. Um, he was 92 years old. Who likes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Or who knows Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Raise your hands. Okay. So the person who created Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the person who draws Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle was my patient. I mean, up to now, he is still my patient. He is now 93 years old. I used to care for him from Monday to Friday when I was in college, but now I only care for him on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday, I work for him. I go to his house, check on him. He just needs a companion. He just needs someone to talk to. And he likes me because I'm very talkative. So that's the interesting part of caregiving. You just don't give the care. You're also paid to talk. And he has reached the what you call the need for self-actualization. Every time I go there, I am being paid, but I know I am being paid at the end of the month, okay, for 4 weekends. But then he will still give me tips, like $100, $150 tips. And I will tell him, though you don't need to give me a tip. Your secretary pays me to be here. And he said, oh, it's okay. That's for your gas. Probably because he's like, what am I going to do with my money? He has reached that need that he couldn't, he has the money, but he couldn't do anything because he could not travel anymore. He could not buy the things he wants anymore because there's no point. So he just would like to give me the money and tell me, you go and travel. You go and buy the things that you like. So he's kind of like that. Now, the other type of motivation is called the Herzberg's two-factor. So Abraham Maslow theorized that there are 5 needs that a human person has that motivates him to act. Okay, not just buy, but to act, okay? But Herzberg has a different idea, and he only has two-factor theories, okay? So what are the two-factor theories of Herzberg? Did anyone read the article that I posted? Okay, so Herzberg theory distinguishes between motivation, factors that lead to satisfaction, and hygiene factors, factors that prevent dissatisfaction. Okay? According to Herzberg, we act on things that would make us happy, or that would make us satisfied, or that would make us comfortable. We also act out to prevent things that will not make us happy, to prevent the things that would make us sad, and to prevent the things that would make us uncomfortable. And this is how you got tricked and scammed by your private insurance. They are using the Herzberg theory. Why? How do the private insurance agents sell you their insurance? If you have encountered a private insurance agent selling you the insurance, what do they normally tell you? Huh? That one? Oh, not really. Most of them will tell you, what if? They will give you the what if question. What if you get into a car accident? They will ask you, are you driving? Yes. Oh, what kind of car do you drive? You use, okay, I use a Toyota Corolla. Okay, how many miles do you drive from house to work? Maybe 20 miles. Oh my God. What are the chances that something will happen within the 20 miles that you drive? Even if you tell them that I only drive 5 miles, they will tell you, what if something will happen while you are driving within the 5 miles? And then they will follow it up with another what if. What if that something that happened made you disabled? You lost your leg or you lost your arm during the accident. How can you work? Now, the government will give you a disability pension, which is only $1,200 a month. How can you survive? So they are showing you what? They are showing you scenarios and situations that will make you feel uncomfortable. They are showing you scenarios, they are showing you pictures that will make you feel uneasy, uncomfortable, and worried, right? And because, according to Herzberg, people act on things for only two reasons. Either they will act on it because that will make them happy, that will satisfy them, that will make them comfortable, or they will act on it to prevent that thing that will make them sad, to prevent that thing that will make them uncomfortable, and to prevent that thing from making them dissatisfied. So, technically, your insurance agents are using Herzberg's theory of making you buy the insurance to prevent the possibility of the uncomfortable, the to prevent the possibility of what is uncomfortable to happen, right? The same thing when they sell you your organic vegetables, organic meat, organic vegetables, organic everything. And then they will tell you, oh, this is $2 more expensive. But because it's organic, it is free from chemicals, it is free from, what else? Free from pesticides that can cause cancer. So that means if you buy and eat organic food, even if it's expensive, you have the lesser chances of getting cancer. So it's showing you to buy it so that you can prevent the uncomfortability of cancer to happen. But does it assure you 100% that you will not get cancer? But the way they sell it. So those are the different theories. So now, as business students and as businessmen who will be selling your products, I want you to focus more on the two theories. Because using the two theories, you will be able to capture the emotion of your consumers. And you can sell your products in a way that they can relate and feel your product. And in that way, they will realize that your product is a need, that your product is useful, that your product is important. That is the first step to buying. Understand? Okay, next. Personality. Okay, now personality is the unique self in consumer behavior. Okay, what is the personality? What is the role of personality in buying? Okay, personality is a relatively stable set of psychological traits that influence an individual's behavior across different situations. Okay, these traits are often shaped by genetic predisposition, environmental factors, and life experiences. Each one of you have different personalities. Each one of you have different attitudes. So that's why each one of you have different set of priorities. Correct? Okay. Now, what are the big five personality traits? We call this the five model of personality. Okay. Number one, openness to experience. Some of you have the personality that you are open to experience, or what we call the risk takers, the adventurous people. Who wants to experience skydiving? Who wants to do bungee jumping? Have you tried bungee jumping in South Africa? If you want to do bungee jumping, go to Joburg, Johannesburg, and they have this really tall, they have this bridge in between two hills that is really high, and it's the best bungee jumping experience for me because below it is a river full of crocodiles. So when you bungee jump, you can also see some crocodiles trying to jump and leap and catch you. But don't worry. Um, the rope is not that long. Unless if the rope fails, then you will definitely fall into the river and swim with the crocodiles. So good luck. But that's the adrenaline, okay? I try that one, yes. I try that one. So that's the adrenaline. Um, I love bungee jump. I bungee jumped when I was younger, okay? I told you, we have different personalities and different needs. It also matches with age. Now I just enjoy hot chocolate and Netflix to myself. Okay? But when I was younger, I like to explore, I like to travel, I like to experience things that even as a traveler, I never traveled with my friends. My friends will usually, let's go and go. And I always say, no, I cannot. And then my friends, they usually feel bad because they will see me on my Facebook posting travel pictures. But I always travel by myself, not because I don't like my friends, but because when I travel, I do not want to be dictated by um, an itinerary. You know, when you travel with your friends, I think you will spend most of your time arguing where to go first and where to go next, what to do first, what to do next, where to eat. Okay? And I don't want that one because I am not a luxurious traveler. I am a cheap traveler. I always find the cheapest way to travel. And so that's why I will say whatever food is available there, I'm going to eat it. Whatever transportation is available right now to go to that city that I want to go to, I will take it. To a point that I even traveled from Coimbatore to Delhi on a train, on a normal train. And Joseph is from India, he can tell. I rode the train from Coimbatore, it was already full packed. I was sitting next to the window and I can see a foot hanging on the window because some people were riding on the top of the train. So I can see the foot hanging on the window. I was expecting to smell fresh air, but yes, I was smelling the fresh air and the foot. And then I fell asleep. When I woke up, the foot was gone, but I was like, oh my God, the person sitting next to me is so hairy. I can feel the body hair in my fingers. But when I look at it, it was not a person, it was a goat. So somebody sitting to me brought a goat on the train. So I was like, okay, I know if my friends were there, they would never ride that train. But I rode that train because I was like, okay, this is the fastest way to go to Delhi right now. I will hop on the first train. It's cheap. I like it because it's cheap. I can save more money. And also, I can experience what the local experience. I experienced crossing the border from Cambodia to Myanmar on a trekking trail from Cambodia. We trekked, and we didn't even know that we already crossed the borders because there were no walls, there were no things. Like you will know that you already crossed the borders because there's just like a little uh, canal. Not even a canal, like it's like a stream, like very little. You can just jump. So you jump, you hop, and you say, "Welcome to Myanmar," and then you hop back, "Welcome back to Cambodia." Okay. So yes, I did that one to a point that uh, after crossing the Myanmar side, we stayed in one of the indigenous communities in Myanmar. Those tribes with long necks, women with long necks. So we stayed with them. And I was like, oh my God, this is exciting because they live on tree houses. And then I realized that they live on tree houses is because at night, some of the wild animals attack them. So for the wild boars and other wild animals, not to attack them, they built their huts and little houses on top of the trees. But I am more interested about the neck because some of them already lost the strength of their neck, and it's only the you can grab. There's a chair right there. It's only the rings that's holding them to be able to stand to hold their heads up high. When they take off the rings, the necklaces, the rings, they just like go straight to bed. Hmm? No, they take them off. But it's a symbol. It's a symbol of I again like this is what one thing of the cultures that I realized that people like when the colonizers when they come to your land, just because their practices are different from their practices, they will think that, oh, these people are uncivilized. These people are uncultured. These people are um, these people are barbarians. No, they have their own culture. They enjoy their own culture. They enjoy their own practices. It's just that these practices are not normal to your culture. So who are you to tell them that this is the right way of doing things? Because for me, I feel like, oh my God, if I am a woman in this tribe, I will never allow myself to be, you know, to do this because this is a punishment. I cannot hold my head unless if I'm holding it. And the only way for me to keep my head up high are the rings. But that is actually a symbol of achievement and success. Well, if you're older, you must have done a lot of things. And because you must have done a lot of things, then you will have more rings on your neck. So you will have a longer neck. Just like the ancestors in the Philippines. When I was a kid, I grew as a Catholic. I was, raised that the idea of tattoos are not good. When you're a Catholic, who are Catholics here? I know Joseph is Catholic. Do you have a tattoo, Joseph? No. And your mother went crazy because you had a pierce. Oh, I thought your mother went crazy because you pierced your ear. No. So as a Catholic, we were like, tattoos are bad. And I grew up having this notion that tattoos are bad. But then in college, I also lived with the tribes people in the Philippines. And I realized, oh my God, the tribes people in the Philippines, their bodies are covered with tattoos. And then I realized that, oh, that's the culture. That if you are, your tattoo and your symbols will actually, it's actually a need. In Maslow's hierarchy of need, it's actually a need of belongingness and recognition. Because if you're a warrior, for every war you win, you get an additional tattoo. If you're a hunter, for every successful hunt you bring home, you get an additional tattoo. So they are very proud. That's why they almost naked. And the reason why they are almost naked is not because they want to show off their nice bodies. Of course, they have really nice bodies because they work really hard in the mountains, in the hills where they live. But they are actually showing off their tattoos. That I have these tattoos because I am probably the best hunter in my tribe. Or I have these tattoos because I am probably the best warrior in my tribe. Even the women. I have a lot of tattoos covering my breast, my hips, my back, because I am the woman who gives children to this tribe. Because for them, giving birth and surviving the process of giving birth is an achievement. So if you have 12 children, you will have a lot of tattoos in your body if you're a woman. But the people in the tribe will respect you for that. Oh, she gave birth to 12 children and she survived. I mean, just imagine. They don't have doctors there, they don't have hospitals there. Probably the nearest hospital is like 6 hours walk, not drive. Walk, because there's no transportation that can go from the roads up to the mountains where they live. So a 6 hours walk downhill. Then from the road, probably another 8 hours drive to the nearest hospital. So openness to experience. I You will have to identify your market, your consumers. Are my consumers open to experience new things? Are my consumers, like, so for example, one thing. Why do technology salesperson never sell to people who are age 50 and older? Hmm? Because what? That's true. That's their person because the personality of people in that generation, they are called baby boomers, the 50 years old and older. These are the people who grew up with consistency. Okay? They grew up with consistency. They don't want change. What they If you're going to ask them, okay, ask the baby boomers. Probably your parents are baby boomers. If you're going to ask them what is their first job? How long did they stay in that job? They will tell you, "Oh, I stayed in my first company for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. Then I transferred to another company and I stayed there until I retired." My mother, she got her first job at this company at the age of 18. She graduated from college at the age of 20. She could have found another job from another company because she already has a degree. She never left. She stayed in that company. She gave birth to me when I was 20 when she was 22. When I was 2 years old, when she was 24, she finished her law degree. When she was 25, she passed the bar exams for the Philippines and she became a registered lawyer, a licensed lawyer. She could have found another job from another company, but she stayed in that company until she retired at the age of 65 in that company. Never transferred to another company. So the personality of these people, okay, the personality, most of the baby boomers, their personality is not openness to experience. So you cannot sell them a product that they do not know. You cannot sell them a product that will demand them to learn and adapt to change. You can the product that would appeal most to them and to their personality are products that they already know. Okay? So that's one personality. The other personality, conscientiousness. What is conscientiousness? Hello. What is conscientiousness? From the root word what? Conscience. Hmm? That's true. So there are people with a personality who does not buy things because they want to buy it. Okay? Some people have a personality wherein they will have to think twice, think thrice, probably think 4 times or 5 times before they buy it. Because they will be like, oh, should I buy this now? If I buy this now, I cannot give my daughter the doll that she wants. But if I buy this now, um, I would make myself happy. I should reward myself. And then when they are about to buy it, hang on. I don't think I'm gonna buy this because it would be very selfish of me to buy it now, and then my daughter has, you know, these are the people who have conscientiousness. They always think and rethink and rethink and rethink before they buy. That's their personality. The third personality is what? Extroversion. What is extroversion? So you have introvert, you also have extrovert. So extroversion is the personality of what? Hmm? Yes, going out, being sociable. So these are the people who have the personality where you can sell them their Gucci. You can sell them Chanel. You can sell them the club that is about to open. You can sell them the new shoes. You can because these are the people who want to who has the feeling of to be recognized. Okay? These people have the personality that they buy things because they want to be recognized. Conscientious people, they buy things because they want to make sure that what they buy is worth the value of it. When I buy it, I won't regret it because it's useful to me, it's useful to my family, it's useful to my brother, to my sister. Everyone can use it. I will not buy because it's just for myself, because I would feel like selfish. I would buy something that is worth the value, or even more than the value. And this is very common to many Asians, right? Many Asian people are like that. They want better value on a lower price, right, Ayumi? Your customers in the salon. Oh, Ayumi, how much is the haircut? $90. How much is the color? 150. Oh, can you give me 200 for haircut and color? Asians are like that, right? You want to get more value at a lesser cost. These are consensuous buyers. Okay, these are people with a consensuous personality. Well, however, the extroversion personality is different. Like, I want to be recognized. I want to be known that I'm wearing this. I'm wearing that. I'm using. I went to the best salon for my hair. Like, although I don't know if you will agree, there is a research that says extroversion is common amongst women. Is that true? Well, everybody is emotional buyers, but they're just different personalities that expresses the emotion. But there is a research that says most of the extroversion personality when it comes to buying are women. Women buy things not just only for their purpose, but also to be recognized. And the funny fact is that this is common amongst married women. Interesting. Married women who have been married for more than 7 years. Women who are married from 1 to 7 years, their personality are, as a buyer, is consensuous. But after 7 years of marriage, their personality as a buyer changes from consensuous to extroversion. And that becomes a problem to most couples. Because the husbands would be like, I'm working very hard and you just shop. I'm working very hard to earn the money and you spend $300 for a new hair just to color your hair. So in that research it says it's because married women, many of the married women after 7 years of marriage, they feel like their husbands are not giving them attention anymore. So to get the attention of their husbands, their personality in buying changes from as a consensuous buyer to an extrovert or extroversion personality in buying because they want to be recognized. Okay, what's the fourth personality? We have agreeableness. So agreeableness is what? These are the people who usually ask for opinion. That's a personality. Some people ask the approval and opinion of others. And that is why many of you, or many of us, before we go to a restaurant or a hotel or a salon or to a gym, we always check the what? The reviews. Because you want to say, oh, I will eat here because I believe that it's worth my money to pay for this food because out of the 10 reviews, only 2 said it's okay. The other 8, they said the food here is very delicious. So sometimes you don't look at the price because your personality is on agreeableness. Conscientious people would be like, oh, 8 people saying it's good, but the price, $30 per person. With $30, 10 people can eat. Okay? Well, the extroversion people will say, let's eat here because I want to post it on my Instagram. I want people to know that I ate here. I will take pictures. Remember you have friends like that who takes pictures? Don't touch the food first. Let's take pictures before we eat. Do you have friends that are like that? Extroversion personality in consuming. They buy it. They buy things. They avail of services because they want to be recognized. Now, neuroticism. This is funny. What is neuroticism? Let's Google neuroticism. What is a neuroticism personality? Come on. What's a neuroticism personality? Hmm? Hmm? People who are? who are always worried or always what? We call them nega. Emotionally negative, I would say. And well, it's good. It's good if you have someone who is again, all of this can be good or bad, okay? But there are certain ways that the neurotic personality in buying is good. Because when you are neurotic, you always think of something negative, something bad that will happen. Oh, I will buy this bag, but what if they are now the people who are asking a lot of what ifs. Okay? So an insurance agent, I will give you a picture, an insurance agent who will be selling to a neurotic personality buyer will be a very, very funny situation. Why? Okay. Remember what did I tell you about the technique of insurance agent? To let you buy insurance. So the technique is actually to show you an uncomfortable scenario, a very sad picture, a very uh, bad situation, and because you want to prevent this bad situation to happen, okay, you will buy the insurance, right? Correct? Now, if I am a neurotic buyer, if I have a neuroticism, if I have a neurotic personality, I'm also negative against things. So when the insurance agent tells me, oh, what if you get sick? What if you have an accident? What if you get disabled because of the accident? You lost your leg or you lost your arm. Who will support you? Where will you get the money when you cannot work? This insurance can help you. Now, a neurotic buyer would counter with, what if your insurance company becomes bankrupt? How sure are you that by the time I will have an accident, the insurance company will give me the money? Where do you invest? Where does your insurance company invest the money that I give you monthly? What are the chances that it will succeed? What are the risks of failure? Do you understand why insurance money gives you a big amount of money for little payments every month? It's because they invest your money somewhere else to make it grow. And when your money grows, that's that time that they can give you back the money. But of course, there's also risk because there's no assurance that your money will grow. Depends on where the insurance company invest the portfolio. Okay, we have what we call them the investment portfolio. Okay, many insurance companies they invest in stock market exchange. Some of them are very conservative investors, like 30% of your contribution. Let's just say, for example, Kyungsu is paying $100 a month for his insurance company. Maybe they use $30 of Kyungsu to invest it in the stock market, and then that $30 becomes $90. They will give Kyungsu back his 30 with $15 interest because it was his money that they used in the stock market, and then the insurance company will get $45 as their profit. So that's how it works. Now, some insurance companies are high risk takers. They don't just invest 30% of your insurance contribution. Sometimes they invest 100% of your insurance contribution to the stock market. It can be very good because it will, if that insurance will go, if that stock market will go up, then that means your insurance payments or your insurance contributions will also go up. I mean, not your contribution, but your benefit. Sorry. So that's how it works. So if you have a personality of neuroticism, if you're a neurotic buyer, you would start asking questions. Where do you invest? What are the chances of failure? What are the chances of success? In the same way, I think you've seen these people in the grocery store or in the supermarket. You will encounter some neurotic buyers. And they will ask questions. Is this gluten free? Yes, it's gluten free. The tag says gluten free. Are you sure 100%? What if it was mixed? Who made it? Where was it made? Are you sure 100% that it's gluten free? These are the neurotic buyers. They're kind of negative because they're always worried. Okay? Now, let's go to the brand personality. Brand personality refers to the distinct characteristics that consumers associate with a particular brand. This concept is closely tied to the notion of brand image and how it influences consumer perceptions, attitudes, and purchase decisions. So, we talked about the extroversion, who are conscious, brand conscious buyers. But there are also people who are brand conscious buyers. Not because they want to be recognized. Okay, there's a difference, okay? The extroversion, they're brand conscious because of the need for recognition. They want to be recognized that they are using this brand. However, the brand personality people are brand conscious not because they want recognition, but because of the things that are associated with a brand. Do you get me? Okay, let's do a quick survey. How many of you use Colgate as a toothpaste? Raise your hand. Higher. Colgate as a toothpaste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. How many of you use Sensodyne as a toothpaste? 1, 2. How many of you use, what's that? What's the other brand? Crest as a toothpaste. You, only one. How many of you use Pepsodent as a toothpaste? Nobody? Crest, one. There's more in Colgate. Why? Why do you think? Colgate is not really an expensive brand. In fact, Sensodyne is a more expensive choice. But why do more people use Colgate? Because of the brand. What does the brand associate with? It has been in the market for a while. That means it's a very strong, effective, and good brand. Because if it's not good, it would not last in the market for a long time. Number 2, the advertisements of Colgate. You look at the advertisements of Colgate, you will all see that what? Yes, you get professional doctors, dentists, people who are doing studies that's showing their experiment on how effective, how powerful, and how good Colgate is. So people associate the brand Colgate as a really good brand because doctors say so, dentists say so, and you associate the brand Colgate as a good brand because it has been in the market for a very long time. Colgate is even older than you. Colgate is even older than me. When were you born? Yeah? 1996? 1996. You're a baby compared to Colgate. Colgate is like your grandfather. So see? So people buy the brand, they are brand conscious when it comes to toothpaste. And the brand is Colgate not because they want to be recognized that they're using an expensive brand, but they associate the brand as a good quality. So that is what we call the brand personality. Okay, I will give you a 5-minute break. And then we will go to the next chapter. which is Attitudes and Persuasion in Marketing. We will try to finish the class at 8:15. We will have a longer class today, as I promised last week. It's because next week, should I give you the good news or not? Next week, I will miss you. We will not have a class next week. Okay? Only in my class, not in your you need to go and attend your other classes, okay? But in my class, I will give an online lecture. I will post it because my mother will be here for 5 days. She will be attending a conference at the UC Berkeley School of Law. So I will have to go to Berkeley. I will have to go to San Francisco and meet up with my mom. I haven't seen her for 3 years. So I will go and see her. So that's why next week you will have an online class for this class. Okay? So is it okay if we extend tonight until 8:15, 8:20? Okay. Let's have a 5-minute break first because I need to drink water too. And then we will discuss this one. All good? Okay. 5-minute breaks. Starts now. Checked. Okay. I know some of you need to go, so let me just check the attendance quickly. Let's do the BABA first. Today's the 29th, right? Alexandra, not here. Alina, Anna, Asel, Ayumi, Carolina, Cheong, Chelsea. Okay. Cheong Moon. Oh, you're there too. Oh, you're both Cheong. Damin, Dayon Lee, Dayon Kim, Dokyu, Do Young Kim. I get confused with Dayon and Do Young. Do Young? Kim. Not here. Erica is exempted. She asked permission. Where's the E? I couldn't find the E. I'll just put an N. Gahi Park. Gayang Lee. Goumi Bay. Gyu Yong Choi. Hiwon Kim. Okay, you can go now. Thank you. Yejin Wang. Yonji Seo. Yonggi Bu. Do you have your validation? Did you bring it today? The parking validation? Oh, okay. Jisoo Kim is here. Jiwon is here. Joseph is here. Juan. Junghyun Kim. Kyunho Lee. Where's Kyunho? Why is he absent today? Kyungsu. Long Chen is absent. Where's Luis? Oh, that's okay. Lida. Who's Ari? Mgul. Oh, okay. Catherine. Oh, Catherine is exempted. And Faye because they're affected. Anyone affected by the fires, by the way? This you're affected by fires. Min Jung Ki. You're affected by fire? Oh, Min Jung Ki. Min Jung Kim. Okay. So, oh, we have the same name. Ki and Kim. Miran Shin. Naoko is here. You're not affected by fire? Oh, so you're okay now. Okay. Yeah, because those who are affected by fire, you can have an online course until the end of January. So we exempt them. Sojun Park, Soyun Seok, So Young Cho. Oh, So Yon Wang. Oh, you're here. Okay. Sorry. So Young John. So Young John. Won Kyung is here. Yoni Kim. Yonji Lee. Yerem Jung. Yubin Lee. Yubin? Oh, there you are. Yunhee Kim. There. Okay. So that's settled. Because I know some of you might. I didn't call you yet, right? Okay, hang on. Just relax. Let's go now to the MBA. Aijan. Aijan not here. Anastasia. Eldana. Jiro Kyle. Oh, Jiro is affected by fire. Sorry. Haina Han. Medina is also affected by fire. Rayhan. Yongjin Han. There you are. Who did I did not call you? Hang on. Do I have BSCS students? Are you BSCS? You're BABA. You're the first one. Oh, okay. Sorry, Alexandra. Okay. Yes. Gumi? Oh, maybe when I called you, you were not here. Anyone else? I already checked you. You're MBA, right? Are you sure you're in this class? I will check later. Okay, come to me later. Um, so that's it. Anyone else? Anyone else? Nobody? Okay, let's proceed. Wait, I think they did not enroll you in this class. Yeah, because it's all here. I don't know the name of it. Dale Polycarpio, right? Dale. Fall, winter, summer, fall. Wala kang winter. hang on, hang on. Just give me a second. Supply chain management. Ah, you enrolled on the fall quarter. That's why. So, hang on. Let's change this one. Hang on. Just give me a second, guys. Let me help him, okay? So, let's delete first. Can you see my password? Okay. Kaya pala, kasi nasa fall ka. You're in the fall quarter 2024. So, I will enroll you in the winter quarter. Winter 2025. Major. Ah, master, right? Master of Business Administration. Master of Arts in Business Administration. Winter 2025. Okay. Ganun din. Lalabas na din yan. And then, add, so Master in Business Administration, winter, that's spring, winter 2025, select course. Okay. So you are here. Consumer behavior and applied business statistics. Yeah. Okay. And then let me set it in progress. In progress. Hang on, just give me a second. Reload. Okay. Check. If you can see the notes, then that means you're already in. Okay. So, guys, do not forget when you enroll, make sure that you choose the correct quarter because you might be enrolling in the correct courses, but if you enroll in the wrong quarter, we will not be able to see you. Okay. So now we will do this very, very quick. This is just a quick brush on attitudes and persuasion in marketing. Since we already discussed about the motivation, what motivates people, and we realize that what motivates people to buy is actually their feeling that the product is a need, that the product is important, that the product is useful. And then the next part is uh, the personalities. What are the personalities of the buyer? How do they buy? Are they like, do they buy because they want to be recognized? Do they buy because they're price conscious? Do they buy because they believe that it will be useful for everybody? Do they buy because they believe that all the negative questions, all the paranoia are being answered? So, or do they buy because they associate the brand with something that is very good? Okay. So attitudes and persuasion. Before I forget, Happy New Year. Get one and pass. Okay. Make sure you pick the correct lock. One of the papers there says you will be exempted from the midterms and final exam. So I hope when you open it and it says you are exempted from the midterm and final exam for this course, then you are very, very lucky. You won't have to do the midterm and final exam. Open it now. Okay. So, what are attitudes? Attitudes are cognitive components, affective components, and behavioral components. So there are three components. There are three factors that make up an attitude. Okay. What is the cognitive component? These are the beliefs, the knowledge of an object or a brand. So for example, this car is fuel efficient or this brand is environmentally conscious. We have this notion, the cognitive component, we developed it since we were kids. Right? Right? Okay, because this is what we learned. This is what we heard from people. Okay? Why do men only buy pants and wear pants? Is it a crime for a boy to wear a skirt? No. But do you buy skirts? Wear it? No, you don't want to? Jisa, you don't want to try? You don't want to experience it? Another question. Why do women only buy panties? Have you tried wearing a men's boxers? You did? It's very comfortable, right? Yeah. I also tried wearing a panty, the silk one. It's also very comfortable. Okay? But why do people buy? Why do people buy this and why do people don't buy this? Because of the cognition, the cognitive thinking that pants are only for men, skirts are only for women, panties are only for women, boxers are only for men. No, right? Because we have that cognition, we have that learning, we develop that belief, we develop that learning on a product, that's why we buy that product. Who buys Coca-Cola to clean their toilets? Do you know that Coca-Cola is a very good toilet cleaner? Have you tried it? Pour Coca-Cola on your toilet and then flush it. Voila, it's as white as snow. That's how strong the acid is in Coca-Cola. Just imagine if Coca-Cola can clean your toilet bowl because of its high acidity level, what can it do to your intestines? But because we can you get that one please? Thank you. So that the others can have some. But because we believe and we are made to believe that Coca-Cola is only for drinking, so we buy Coca-Cola because we drink it, right? We never thought of buying Coca-Cola as a cleaning material. So, this is what we call cognitive component of attitude. Our perception, our attitude towards a product, our attitude towards an object that we want to buy is based on our knowledge, growing up, what that product is all about. Okay? Then we have the affective component of attitude, which is the feelings and emotions associated with the object or brand. Okay. Our feelings and emotions associated with the object or brand. Why do boys buy flowers and give it to the girls that they like? Hmm? Hmm? To get their attention? Why? Why flowers? Why chocolates? Huh? Why flowers and chocolates? When you see a flower, what does it make you feel? No, no, for example, just like when you go to a field and you see flowers, what do you feel? You feel happy. What else? What do you feel when you see flowers? Hmm? When you look at the green fields, it's all green, and then suddenly there's like colors of yellow, colors of red, colors of pink. So it breaks the common color that is green, right? The color of the flowers break the common colors of the green fields. And when you see flowers, you become happy. You become relaxed. You appreciate the beauty of nature. So you associate flowers with the feelings of happiness, right? So that's why when somebody makes a mistake and they want to say sorry, they will give you flowers because they want you to be happy. When somebody is sad, when somebody is sick in the hospital, they will give you flowers because they want you to be happy. Because our affective component gives us or allows us to associate a product with emotions and feelings. Okay? If someone is sick, I don't bring flowers. I will visit my friend who is sick. I will bring Tylenol. I will bring what else? I will bring what's that like smart water. I will bring vitamin C because these are the things that he need supposedly, right? If you have a friend who is sick, you bring them Tylenol, you bring them vitamin C, you bring them things that they need in order for them to heal fast. But instead, people bring flowers. Why do people buy flowers and give it to the people who are sick? Because of affective component. That we associate the products with emotions and feelings. Like we're gonna ask Kyungsu, if you have a fight with your girlfriend, what do you usually give her? Flowers? Just flowers? Plastic or real flowers? Real flowers? I would buy a plastic flower. It will last long. It's more practical. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Then there is a behavioral component. Okay. The behavioral component are actions and intentions towards the object or brand. So, for example, I plan to buy this car. I would recommend this brand to others. So that's the behavioral component. Okay. That means that's the component that you have. So these are for the products that you think are good and you want to achieve it. Okay? These are the products that you feel others are recommending. So these are the products that you see on the reviews. Okay? And that's why you have a different that's why you have a different attitude towards it. You don't go to that product because um, based on cognitive that that product is a good product. You don't go to that product because you don't buy that product because you feel something towards that product, but you buy that product because it's being recommended to you. Okay? Somebody tells you to buy it. So that's what you call behavioral component of attitude. So okay, I'm going to skip the attitude formation because this is very, I think you already learned this in psychology, how your attitude towards a product is formed and how it is shaped. So there's a direct experience, there's a social learning, there's classical conditioning, and there's cognitive dissonance. So please, if you have not, if you want to review, you can read the slides. Attitude change. Why do attitude towards a product change? Number one, we have, of course, source credibility. Okay? The perceived expertise and trustworthiness of the message sender. For example, a doctor recommending a specific medication or a renowned chef endorsing a cooking product. So, for example, I would say my cognitive attitude towards Tylenol is because I grew up understanding that Tylenol will help you with your headache or migraine. So every time I have headache or migraine, I'm buying Tylenol. Okay? Plus, I have a affective component towards Tylenol because when I'm sick, my mother gives me Tylenol when I was a kid. So now that I'm old and alone by myself, if I drink Tylenol, I associate the Tylenol with the feelings or the emotions that my mother is taking care of me. That's why I buy Tylenol. But there came a time that I don't buy Tylenol anymore. I changed my attitude towards Tylenol. And I now buy Advil. So every time I get a headache, I am now buying and using Advil, not Tylenol. I changed my attitude towards Tylenol. Why? Because a doctor who is an expert in the field of medicine told me that, oh, Tylenol is good and effective, but it can also increase heart problems in the long run. If you keep on using it, it can cause heart problems. So Advil is a safer choice. So even if you keep on using Advil, it does not create side effects that will affect your heart. And because I get this very credible source of information who is a doctor and an expert in the field of medicine. So my attitude towards a product, which is called Tylenol, has changed. I don't want to use it anymore because I'm afraid that if I keep on using it, I might get a heart problem. So now I have a new product, which is Advil. Okay? Then there's also a message appeal. This is also another way that people change their attitude towards a product. Okay. The attractiveness and relevance of the message content. So, for example, using humor, fear, or emotional storytelling to engage the audience. We will review certain advertisements, and sometimes you change your perception towards a product because of the message appeal. Let's just say, for example, shampoo. I have this friend. She uses this shampoo for 8 years. She loves it. Her hair looks good with that shampoo. And then all of a sudden, the advertisement of the shampoo features the actress that she hates so much. The new endorser, the new model who endorses the shampoo is the actress that she does not like. She hates it so much. So after that, because the message has a different appeal to her, and now she's associating that shampoo to that actress that she does not like, she stopped buying that shampoo and she changed her shampoo. So the message appeal of your advertisement or your marketing can also affect the attitude of your buyers towards your product. Next, we have the receiver characteristics. So, individual factors like age, gender, personality, and prior knowledge that influence the message reception. So, this is what I told you earlier. When I was younger, I want to travel by myself. I want to experience things that tourists don't normally experience. I want to experience new things. I am open to any adventure. But now that I am older, I wouldn't say I'm old. I'm not yet old. I'm just older. I am afraid that, oh my God, what if I'm traveling into these very remote areas, walking and camping and living in these mountains, and all of a sudden I will get a heart attack. Where is the next hospital? So because of age, my attitude towards adventure travels has changed. I don't buy those adventure packages anymore. I buy those easy travel, luxury travel that when you arrive at the airport, there's a guy who will pick you up, bring you to your hotel. I want to stay in a hotel room that's no smoking, so all these things. But when I was younger, I didn't care. I did not even care if the people next to my room are drug addicts. So the perception changed, the attitude towards the product changed because of age. Okay? And even gender. You know, like some people, they grew up believing that they are straight, and then eventually they realize that, oh, I'm not straight, I'm gay, so they change their perception towards a product. And then they have new products that they like. So these are the three factors that affect the change of attitude. Now, persuasive marketing is the if you are going to do a persuasive marketing, that means your advertising, your strategy in selling the product, you will have to base it on the three attitudes: the cognitive appeal, the cognitive attitude, the affective appeal, which is about the emotions, and the behavioral appeal. Okay? That is why some advertisements in some products they use real people. Okay? Have you seen? I think you've seen this. I know you've seen this. There are many products that their advertising strategy or marketing strategy is the before and after. Right? Have you seen this kind of product? They take a picture, they take a video of themselves before they were using this medication, or they were, or the best one is Ozempic. So before Ozempic, okay, I weigh 140 pounds. I am stressed. I don't have confidence in myself. I feel sad and lonely. I don't go to dates. I don't feel appreciated. But after Ozempic, oh my God, I lost 60 pounds. I can fit into a size M dress. I started dating. What is that one? That is what you call the behavioral appeal. Because somebody who experienced the product, somebody who buy the product, somebody who used the product, somebody who experienced the product tells you that this is what I felt, what I experienced. This is what happened to me when I used the product. And because that someone shows success in her life story because of the product that she used, you would want to use that product too. Okay, right? But what about food? Recipes. You know these spices? How do they market the spices? How do they market the recipes? Many recipes and many spices are advertised with an old lady cooking using that spice. Okay? And then there's a little boy who came up, "Hi, Mom, I'm hungry." And then the mother feed that boy with that food that she cooks. And then that boy grew up to become a man. And that boy bought that spice, that little sachet, the little packet of spice, mix it with his food. And when he eats it, he remembers his mom. What kind of advertising is that? Hmm? That's effective appeal. Getting the emotion that when you buy this packet of spice, you will remember your mom's cooking. Okay? Well, what about cognitive appeal? For example, an example of cognitive appeal is what? An advertisement that uses cognitive appeal. Hmm? Tyson? What's Tyson? I've never seen a Dyson advertising. Can you describe? Oh yes, yes. So the Dyson vacuum. So that's a good example that it like how the vacuum is the function of the vacuum. It cleans, but not all vacuum can clean very well. So Dyson will show you that it's very dirty, and then suddenly the Dyson vacuum passed, and as it passes by, all the dirt are absorbed and gone. Volvo, yes. What else? But okay, one thing that I always find sexist, I find it sexist and annoying. Have you seen an advertisement of liquor with a woman in there? The advertisement of the liquor is always a group of men drinking, right? And the woman just passed by to be what do you call this one? To be recognized or to be admired by the men. Because this is a cognitive appeal. Because we know we grew up believing that hard liquor are only for men who are partying, who needs to enjoy, who needs to relax. Why not create a advertising advertisement of women drinking hard liquor? In these days, I think you can do that. But why marketers use this one as men? Because of cognitive appeal. That people really have this common notion, common thinking that it's only men who are drinking hard liquor. And it makes you, and when you drink this liquor, it makes you feel more confident to approach a woman that you see in the bar whom you think is interesting, or a woman that you probably like and you approached her. That liquor gives you the confidence. So that's kind of like but we will review all these kinds of advertisements, okay? I want you to read on the elaboration likelihood model, which is called the ELM or ELM. Um, this is the process which involves consumer involvement and attitude change. The ELM explains, I already explained this one about what are the factors that causes the change of attitude, why consumers and customers stop using the product, they stop buying the product, and they use another product. So that's the ELM process. And so I want you to review that one. And then the ethical persuasions, measuring attitudes. Let's just go to the key takeaways. So attitudes are a cornerstone of consumer behavior, okay? Because that is how the customers or your consumers perceive or look at the products that they buy. Persuasion plays a vital role in attitude change. So if you want consumers to buy your product, to buy your brand, instead of the other brand, it needs a lot of persuasion. And to be able to persuade customers, you need to use the three factors of attitude change. What are the three factors that I just discussed? Number one, you have the credible, credible source. You can use that one, a credible source, so that they will change their attitude to your brand. Another one. Ooh, I just discussed it now. Credible source. Then you have hmm? Change in the appeal. Change in the appeal or the present or change in the presentation. Okay? Find something unique about your brand that is not available in the other brand. Make it more appealing so that if there's a change in the appeal, people will change their attitude towards to your brand. Okay? And the last one is about gender and age. Okay, so these are the three factors that you will have to look into so that if you, especially if your brand, if your product is new to the market, you have to get the people's attention. After getting the people's attention, you have to get them to change their attitude in buying so that they will now use and buy your brands instead of the older brands. So you have three options: credible source, change in appeal, and gender, be specific to gender and age. Okay, so yes, that's it for today. Next week, I will post a video lecture for week 5. And then we don't, there's an activity 2, right? Let me see. Is activity 1 closed? Did someone miss activity one? I'm going to reopen activity one. Let me reopen activity one until February 2. That okay? Enough time? Okay. This is master. Let's go to BABA. And please do not forget to do activity 2, okay? I will not give you any but yet. But by the way, those who are present last time, you do not those who are present last week, you don't need to do activity 1. You're exempted. Ah, activity 2. Activity 2. Sorry. Everybody has to do activity 1. Everybody has to do activity 1. But those that are present last week, if you're present last week, you are exempted from doing activity 2. Those who are absent last week, you have to do activity 2. Okay. So now I reopen activity 1 for those who missed it. Any questions? So don't come to class on Wednesday next week. Clear? Are you sure? Okay. I'll see you all Wednesday, the week after next. Okay. Have a great day. Be safe on going home. Anyone who missed the attendance? Hmm? No assignment for today. I did. You check the attendance? Okay. Thank you. Good night.